Meeting to order. Salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, just for all. Okay, Sandy, if we can have the January's organizational and the regular monthly meeting minutes.
Hold on one. The Silver Lake Township Supervisors held their organizational meeting on Monday, January 7, 2013 at the Silver Lake Township Building. Francis Fruhan called the meeting to order at 7 p.m. Everyone saluted the flag. Francis Fruhan made a motion that Evan Ever act as temporary chairman. Sandy Brink seconded. All approved. Sandy Brink made a motion that Francis Fruhan serve as chairman of the Board of Supervisors. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that Evan Everett serve as vice chairman of the Board of Supervisors. Sandy Brink seconded. All approved. Evan Everett made a motion to reappoint Sandy Brink as secretary-treasurer at a recommended annual salary of $12,000. Francis Fruhan seconded. Approved with Sandy Brink abstaining. Francis Fruhan made a motion to appoint Sandy Brink as Open Records Officer. Evan Everett seconded. Approved with Sandy Brink abstaining. Francis Fruhan made a motion that the Tax Collectors Commission remain at 4%. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Sandy Brink made a motion to approve the Tax Collector's appointing of Lois Nagy as Deputy Tax Collector. Francis Fruhan seconded. All approved. Sandy Brink made a motion that Evan Everett work as Roadmaster. Francis Fruhan seconded. Approved with Evan Everett abstaining. Sandy Brink made a motion to appoint Francis Fruhan as Assistant Roadmaster. Evan Everett seconded. Approved with Fruhan abstaining. Sandy Brink made a motion authorizing Francis Fruhan to work as a laborer. Evan Everett seconded. Approved with Fruhan abstaining. Francis Fruhan made a motion authorizing Sandy Brink to work as a laborer. Evan Everett seconded. Approved with Brink abstaining. Francis Fruhan made a motion to appoint Paul Litwin as Township Solicitor. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to make the following reappointments. Timothy Berg as Police Chief at an hourly rate of $17.08. Michael Hornick as Part-Time Sergeant at an hourly rate of $15.42. Levi Tiffany as Part-Time Police Officer at an hourly rate of $13.50. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Evan Everett made a motion to appoint Francis Fruhan as Police Administrator. Sandy Brink seconded. Approved with Fruhan abstaining. Sandy Brink made a motion for Francis Fruhan to be primary representative for the Northern Tier Coalition. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion for Evan Everett to be alternate representative for the Northern Tier Coalition. Sandy Brink seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that Paul Adams be appointed to fill the expired 5-year term of the Silver Lake Municipal Authority, effective now through the end of 2017. Evan Everett seconded. Approved with Sandy Brink abstaining. Evan Everett made a motion to make the following reappointments on the Silver Lake Township Planning Commission. Brian Gardner and Steve Whitmore. Sandy Brink seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to reappoint Susquehanna County COG as Sewage Enforcement Officer. Sandy Brink seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to reappoint Code Inspections, Inc. as the UCC Building Code Enforcement. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. Evan Everett made a motion to appoint Francis Fruhan as Assessment Permit Officer and the UCC and Sewage Enforcement Liaison. Sandy Brink seconded. Approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to appoint Evan Everett as an alternate Assessment Permit Officer and UCC and Sewage Enforcement Liaison. Sandy Brink seconded. Approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to appoint Sandy Brink as an alternate Assessment Permit Officer and UCC and Sewage Enforcement Liaison. Evan Everett seconded. Approved. Sandy Brink made a motion to reappoint Pliggett and People's Neighborhood Bank as the banks and depository for the township in 2013. Francis Fruhan seconded. All approved. Sandy Brink made a motion to keep the line of credit in the amount of $50,000 open with People's Neighborhood Bank. Francis Fruhan seconded. All approved. Evan Everett made a motion to reappoint Brian Gardner as chairman of the Vacancy Board. Francis Fruhan seconded. All approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that the supervisor's meeting pay remain at $375 per quarter. Sandy Brink seconded, all approved. This is already set by ordinance. Sandy Brink made a motion for 8 paid holidays for township employees and 80 hours vacation and 24 hours sick pay for employees of the township. Francis Fruhan seconded, all approved. Sandy Brink made a motion that the township auditor's rate be $10 an hour. Francis Fruhan seconded, all approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that labor rates for township employees are as follows. Skilled laborer and mechanic, $15.50 per hour. Utility laborer, $15 an hour. Roadmaster, recommended $16 an hour. Sandy Brink seconded, approved with Evan Everett abstaining. Francis Fruhan noted that rates for supervisors and as employees will be set by the auditors. Evan Everett made a motion that Silver Lake Volunteer Fire Company provide fire and emergency services to Silver Lake and Choconet Townships, and the fire company members are hereby authorized to attend all fires, training, and mutual aid calls and all other activities as authorized by the fire chief and officers. Sandy Brink seconded, all approved. Evan Everett made a motion to accept the list of fire police as submitted by the fire chief. Francis Fruhan seconded, all approved. Sandy Brink made a motion to advertise in the Susquehanna County Independent. Evan Everett seconded, all approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that the regular monthly supervisors meetings be held the first Monday of each month at 7 p.m. unless a holiday, then on the Tuesday immediately following at the Silver Lake Township Building. Sandy Brink seconded, all approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion that monthly work sessions be held the second Monday of each month at 5 p.m. unless a holiday, then on the day immediately following at the Silver Lake Township Building. Sandy Brink seconded, all approved. Francis Fruhan made a motion to adjourn the organizational portion of the meeting. Evan Everett seconded, approved.
Question, Sarah, just reviewing this, we brought up the minutes, right, the work session, and then we voted to advertise. Did we do that during organizational? I'm just wondering if your notes didn't jive with the, I'm pretty sure we did.
I think we did.
Like I said, we moved that line up. And that will go into right before adjournment, right after this. I guess.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Francis Fruhan called the regular monthly meeting to order the regular monthly meeting. The minutes from the December regular meeting were read and approved on a motion made by Francis Fruhan, seconded by Evan Everett. Excuse me, all approved. The minutes for the special meeting to review bids for the sale of the 1994 Ford pickup truck were read and approved on a motion made by Francis Fruhan and seconded by Evan Everett, all approved. The minutes for the special meeting to adopt the 2013 budget were read and approved on a motion made by Francis Fruhan, seconded by Evan Everett, all approved. No Act 14 notices were received last month. Tom Durista spoke and said he would like to see the township replace the current oil furnace with a geothermal system. Evan Everett expressed concern with the various underground utilities on the property and wasn't sure it could be done. He would talk to Bridgewater Township and look into it. Francis Fruhan said it would be worth looking into. John Demery would like to have a total of all township funds added together available for each meeting. Craig Stevens asked if any compressor stations were planned for Silver Lake Township. Francis Fruhan said he was not aware of any. Mr. Stevens said another compressor station in Dimmick Township is in the process of going through the Planning Commission. County Planning Commission. A special meeting has been scheduled. He expressed concern that the noise limit is set at 50 decibels. However, there is currently no enforcement. He also stated the Elf Lake School is in negotiations regarding a pipeline on the school property. New business, none. An executive session was held on Monday, January 7, 2013, from 6:40 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. regarding organizational meeting appointments. Chief Timber gave the police report with 24 incidents for the month of December. Evan Everett gave the road report. Assessment permits. Dennis Withers on Quaker Lake for a boathouse. Driveway permits, none. Francis Fruhan made a motion to approve the bills as submitted for payment. Evan Everett seconded. All approved. As no further business was presented, Evan Everett made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Francis Fruhan made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Evan Everett seconded. All approved.
Okay.
treasurer's report.
General fund, EFTPS, which are the payroll taxes, 2,109.66. Sandy Brink, 205 even. Sandra Brink, 555 even. Chris Shore, 895.35. PSATS UC Group Trust, $51.70. Bennett's Auto Repair, $69 even. Shenango Supply, $74.68. Cintas, $477.78. DGK Insurance, $8,356.74. Fastenal, $43.56. J.C. Smith, $47.88. PSATS dues, $590 even. Tom Quick, $95 even. Williams Oil and Propane, $253.69. Bennett's Auto Repair, $24 even. Timothy Berg, $787.91. Evan Everett, $334.80. Evan Everett, $948.71. Seth Everett, $916.03. Francis Fruhan, $334.80. Francis Fruhan, $199.80. Michael Hornick, $576.23. Levi Tiffany, $348.35. Anthony Litwin, $325 even. DGK Insurance, $566 even. Five Star Equipment, $13.91. Friendsville Heating, $668.95. Williams Oil and Propane, $777.38. Chase Card Services, $936.80. Started with a balance of $234,572.78. No receipts. Disbursements, $22,226.70, leaving a balance of $212,346.08. State funds, Cook Brothers, $109.30. Fleet Pride, $116.23. Montrose Auto Parts, $63.80. Murphy's Inc., $76 even. Stadium International, $114.24. Tolmage Tire, $140 even. Williams Oil, $882.58. Damascus Quarries, $284.47. Williams Oil, $2,218.86. Started with a balance of $55,485.58. No receipts. Disbursements at $4,005.45, leaving a balance of $51,480.10. Police Fund, AT&T, $36.58. Dan's, $540.26. Montrose Auto Parts, $25.93. Montrose Car Wash, $33.25. Chase Card Services, $133.88. Started with a balance of $45,622.87. No receipts. Disbursement, $769.90, leaving a balance of $44,852.97. And that is it.
Any questions on that? Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as read.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? All right, okay. Okay, correspondence, Act 14 notices. The township has received an Act 14 notice from, and I'm reading this, RETTEW, R-E-T-T-E-W. I don't know if that's a name or an acronym or what, but RETTEW, they're engineers, architects, planners, surveyors, and it's on behalf of WPX, and it's regarding a proposed gathering line. And I'll actually read the project description here. All right. Let's see. Permit application type would be erosion and sediment control, general permit registration, and that's an ESCGP1. The application contract, that'd be RETTEW Associates Inc. So that'd be the name of the company there. Project location, Liberty and Silver Lake Townships. It says see attached USGS map for project location. Project description, the Silver Lake Gathering Systems South. Line 419 project would consist of the installation of approximately 2,400 linear feet of 12-inch steel natural gas gathering pipeline and one 12-inch high-density polyethylene HDPE water line. The natural gas pipeline would transport natural gas from the Wheeler well pad and MacGeorge well pad and terminate at the Turner well pad. The water line would transport fresh water to well pads for use in hydrofracturing operations. Earth disturbance over 5 acres requires an ESC GP1 from the PADEP. Okay. Just some boilerplate information, and we've enclosed a copy of the USGS quadrangle map. And I'll have this after the meeting, anybody wants to come up and look at it. And it just shows a map to Wheeler, going through the township, another one to MacGeorge. They branch together and then head to the Turner pad. And this will be up here, if I want to look at it after the meeting. Okay. Public comment.
Does the water line follow the gathering line?
They're only showing one line through here that looks like one pathway. I assume this is a right-of-way or pathway, and one's from Wheeler. There's another one from MacGeorge. They tie in together, then it goes to Turner. But it doesn't show it doesn't label the type of pipe, what it is. And I guess back here for the definition. Yeah, it just says the water line would transport fresh water to the pads for use in hydrofracking.
So it doesn't say where the water
Doesn't say-
line's
doesn't say
coming
where.
from?
No.
Doesn't say it's coming from like Turner Lake or?
It doesn't show anything, it just pretty much shows it from pad to pad to pad. You can look at it after the meeting. It's just not a lot of information on the USGS map. Okay, anybody
you.
else?
Hey Francis,
Hi.
do you guys know through your workings with townships over in Bradford County, if it's been better to have these water lines or the trucks on the road? Has WPX said that, if we put in these water lines, there'll be less trucks on the road, less traffic? Have they given you any idea of what to expect with this?
Not really. I mean, I've heard hearsay. I mean, somebody told me that maybe they weren't gonna do the water impoundment project. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Oh,
or not.
at Rossens?
Yeah,
I heard that too.
and I don't know if there's any truth to that.
And neither do I.
I don't know what they're gonna do. And I mean, I know I read an article in the paper probably less than a year ago. It named all the big companies, and each one had their own way of doing things. Some were piping, some were trucking.
Okay, I didn't know.
Some were running their pipes along pipelines, so they didn't have to, so.
As they were permitting this, if they gave you guys an idea of anything.
Now, Evan might know, you know, he deals with those guys on the roads, you know, pretty regularly, but I don't.
I'd like to thank you I sent you guys a note last week about the traffic situation on Donovan and 167. And I just want to say thank you for having Chief Berg. I thought he would be here tonight to have him out there.
Oh, he did that. I think he copied him, and, you know, I didn't really have anything to do with that, but I heard he was out there.
Well,
checking it out.
thank you, Francis. I
So
really
thank him if
appreciate
you like
that.
to. All right. Okay,
Thank you.
welcome. Anybody else?
So with the water line, there's no mention of any well being required in the township?
These were, all the well pads were, I mean, we got those months and months ago, the notices for those well pads. It didn't mention any new well pads, it just tying in those two, I guess they're existing well pads now.
But as far as the water, there's nothing about the source of the water?
Doesn't say, no. I don't know if we get notified on withdrawal permits if it's not from the township. Yeah, you're welcome to look at this. It's not a lot of information on here, other than what I read on the map.
What about the SRBC? Would they notify you if there's a water withdrawal permit? Were you notified with Turner?
That's in,
Is that Liberty? Oh,
Yeah.
he's Liberty? Oh,
All right.
Turner Lake.
I don't know.
you don't know, so you,
I mean, do we get any, to my knowledge, we haven't got anything. Anybody else?
I noticed we got a Christmas letter from our garbage people, right? And in there, they mentioned in there about the township having a ordinance on recycling and garbage pickup.
There is one.
Oh, there is an ordinance?
Yeah, it
on
was
it?
before my time, but
Recycling?
I know on the ordinance index, I saw it, I haven't read it.
On recycling though?
Yeah, I don't know. You're welcome, I can, if you want a copy and read it, but I don't. You remember anything about it, Sandy? Were you
I do
there?
remember there was an ordinance.
Yeah, but I didn't, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even remember the letter, I don't know if I read it or even got it, but from the garbage folks. Okay.
has the Silver Lake Fire Department gotten any special instructions or training in case there's any leaks or explosions from the gas industry? Any fires? Have they had any special training?
I do not know, you should talk to the fire company about that.
And who's the police chief there? I mean, the fire chief?
I believe Jay is the chief, Klein, and,
Jay Klein?
yep. And, the president would be, Ron Reagan. I believe he's president, last I knew.
And any news on the contamination of the water in Lower Laurel Lake? I mentioned it a couple of months ago, and I was wondering if you could find out something about it.
I haven't heard anything. I mean, Evan's talked to the DEP guy, Julie D'Antoni's, but, it's months ago, she copied me on some of her information she got. Do you know anything?
I heard that
Recently?
there continue to be monitoring. DEP has assigned a subcontractor to do it. I was thinking about contacting DEP directly because there's stuff going around that contamination is actually increasing. The numbers are going up. And some people in and around the area was more concerned about it. So I'll probably send an email down and ask if it's spread any or if it's just the contamination that's going up. And that people would like an update.
Okay, all right, cool, well, thanks. As far as I know, Evan talked to the guy several months ago, and that was put in the meeting minutes.
Do you have a contact person? Does Julie
For
have a
DEP?
contact?
I do not, obviously, Julie knows who to talk to. I think the guy stopped by here and talked to Evan.
So can you get the contact person for your own records? Or, wouldn't that be a good idea?
I'm sure he has it, I don't have it.
Well, what about from Julie? Can you get a contact person so we have it on file?
If you'd like to share that information, yeah.
Sure, I'll email you.
All right, yeah, you know the name off the top of your head or no? Okay,
I think it's Brunomonti, but I'm not sure. And now that I'm saying that, I don't think that's the name, but it's an Italian name.
okay, all right, thanks.
And then what about monitoring wells? They told me they were gonna do monitoring wells to find the cause of it and work towards the property, Kublo property near there, see if that might be contaminating the lake with the what is it, CTE?
I don't remember the.
It's some kind of a chemical solvent. So, do you know anything about the monitoring wells, or do you want to ask Julie, since we're not allowed to have...
No, whatever she copies me on, I'll even read it. If you don't mind, I'll read it at the next meeting, what.
So can you ask her about monitoring wells, if they're gonna do that also? And
Uh,
find out the cause of it?
The last, I had no information on monitoring wells, it was TCE, I know they were looking for it, again, when I send an email down, I'll ask if they've decided or if they're putting in monitoring wells, but
okay.
I haven't heard that they were.
All right, well, thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Has there been any contact with Bridgewater concerning the geothermal system where they have?
Yeah, Evan was gonna talk to him. I haven't talked to him.
Oh.
Alrighty, we'll move on. New business, want to give everybody a floodplain ordinance update. I believe it was last year, early 2012, we had a meeting, showed the preliminary floodplain maps. Jim Chambers put a link online to the preliminary floodplain maps. They overlaid over aerials, and it was a big improvement over the old maps. So we need, by April 2nd, we have to have a new ordinance adopted, and in that ordinance, we'll adopt the new maps. And, to do that, we have to advertise 7 days before the adoption meeting, which will either be at our next Board of Supervisors meeting in March, or if we can't get it together by then, we'll have to call a special meeting. Preferably, we'll do it at the next meeting, though. Today I spoke with Lisa Korn. She's a floodplain consultant and an independent contractor working out of the PSAT's office. And she's working for, I believe she said, gave me a number of names, the DCED, that's Department of Community and Economic Development. And they're providing assistance to municipalities developing their floodplain ordinance. And there's no charge to the municipalities for her services. She did email me a document, and the title was Suggested Provisions Meeting the Minimum Requirements of the National Flood Insurance Program and the Pennsylvania Floodplain Management Act. And it's a 34-page document, and it contains a model ordinance within the document to work from, and since it's a boilerplate in a Word doc that we can edit. And it has some notes, about, just recommendations, what's optional to adopt, what's not optional. And she asked me to call her tomorrow and just go through the ordinance over the phone, and she'll assist with some modifications. And what I'd like to do is post our, we at least get a draft started. I'd like to have that posted on our website. And that also, I think, probably be a good idea to post the same suggested provision, so people, if they're interested, they can read a little of the background, on this. Let's see. And let's see, we have our new, I guess, regular Monday work sessions. That'll be the first, second Monday of the meeting, the Monday following a week from the meeting at 5 o'clock, and we'll review whatever information I get from her. I'll print out whatever I have. If anybody wants to look at it, they can, where we're at. And let's see. We did get the maps in the mail. These will be available if anybody would like to look at them. They're, as far as I know, they're going to be the same as the preliminary maps. I can open them up if anybody'd like to look at them after the meeting. I'll see if we can get a link to those. I don't know if they changed their website or not. You could go and see the maps online too, in pretty good detail. The files are pretty big. And maybe we can get another link to them. Maybe we can download them. Maybe Jim can just get them. Since once they're a final document, they're incorporated, maybe Jim can actually have the files right on our website, so people can access the maps. Since there's no really action to take or to vote on at this point, but if anybody has some questions, I'll try to answer them. Okay, ready? Move on. Police report. Chief's not here tonight. He did give me the following information. For the month of January 2013, we had a total of 24 incidents for Silver Lake Township. Out of the 24 incidents that the township had, 2 of them were traffic stops. So, I don't have any more information other than that. The road report. Evan couldn't be here tonight. He gave me the following information. The road crew has been working on winter road maintenance and vehicle maintenance. When they're not busy with the farmer They've been chipping brush. All the information I know on that. Assessment permits, none issued for the month of January. Driveway permits, none applied for or issued during the month of January. Okay, anything else we have to take care of, Sandy? Okay. I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I will second.
All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Done. Here's, everybody wants to look at this? That's the, Act 14 notice. There's a map on the back. If anybody wants to look at a particular area, we'll try to find your area. If you think you're in a floodplain, open it up, take a look.